What's going on, everyone? Cyclops with Paramount Cyclops here. And who'd have thunk it? Human nature can infiltrate any organization, any charity, any ideology. Who'd have thunk it? Oh wait, anybody with a brain on their heads and who knows how human beings operate. From the Daily Mail, let's read this because Me Too is no different. Time's Up charities, set up by celebrities as part of Me Too movement, spent $1.4 million on salaries, $157,000 on conferences at luxury resorts, and just $312,000 helping victims of sexual harassment. But that's out of over $3 million, darn near $4 million. And they only spent $312,000 helping victims of sexual harassment. That's less than 10%. They spent less than 10% of what they made doing what they said they were supposed to do. Big business of victimhood, huh? Time's up for me reading these little itty-bitty letters, and we're going to maximize these quite a bit more. There we go. Time's Up, the organization set up to fight sexual harassment in the workplace in the wake of the hashtag MeToo movement, spent the bulk of its donations of executive salaries and only a fraction on legal costs to help victims in its first year, records show. And there are some also, here's the basic tax things here, contributions and grants, $3,121,427. Ended up before this, it's actually $3,647,000 something. That's a lot of money. That's why I always say victimhood bucks in some cases are worth more than someone handing you money, because you can get a lot more money in the long run with victimhood bucks than you can by just hard work, quite honestly. Tax filings show that the organization, which was founded by Hollywood celebrities and is made up from the Time's Up Foundation and Time's Up Now, Inc., raised $3,670,219 in 2018 in its first year of operation. First year of operation. You see how powerful that is? How powerful victimhood bucks are? 1 year, very first year of operation, that's how much money they made. And money being money, well, that's where it went. What's the number one cause? Well, the number one cause of corruption are two, molded into one, which is the most. Love and money. And the worst of all is the love of money. Those are the things that will corrupt a human being faster than anything. However, less than 10% was spent on helping those women who have experienced unwanted physical contact. Thank you, YouTube, for making this so easy for me. Filings show $312,001. Gotta get that $1 in there, man. Was spent on the Legal Defense Fund, while $1,407,032 was spent on salaries. And more than $157,000 was spent on conferences at luxury resorts, and a further $58,395 was spent on travel. In 1 year. In 1 year. Wow, those are some busy gals, glamming it up, hobnobbing, I'm sure, with some nice elites, and, you know, you got to show those elites a good time, and, well, those elites are not used to coming down to our levels, so, you know, you got to rise to their level, and, yeah, so it takes 90%, more than 90% of your charitable contributions to what? The organization brought in Hollywood heavyweights during the early days of its operation, with Reese Witherspoon, Amy Schumer, and Brie Larson holding positions on its board. Because, of course, the minute anything starts getting a board or investors or anything, you can almost guarantee it's going to go to crap real quick. The tax filings detail the mission of the Time's Up Now as being to promote safe, fair, and dignified work for women of all kinds. We work to make sure that women are free from harassment and other forms of discrimination on the job, have equal opportunity for economic security, and can achieve the highest position of power wherever they work. And they should have added a caveat, and to line our pockets with their precious, precious green. Don't worry, we'll give you 10% back. But huge amounts were spent on executive salaries instead of legal support. And the majority of the money they got for legal support didn't actually come from them. It came from grants that went through, so it wasn't really part of like their charitable contributions that they received. These were grants specifically for this legal fund, as it'll explain. Lisa Borders was recruited to head Time's Up, but only spent 4 months at the organization after her 36-year-old son was accused of unwanted physical contact of another. Nevertheless, the CEO managed to pull in $342,308 for her salary in 4 months. In 4 months? Boy, I'm in the wrong business. I need to be a victim. I need to find a way to get myself on the victimhood bandwagon. $342,000. Man, we're all in the wrong business. The chief marketing officer, Rachel Terrace, drew a salary of $295,000 for her efforts during the organization's first year. The CEO made it in 4 months, but the money that these places throw around like it's nothing. Just globs of money. $342,000. How many families would that have fed for a year? 4 months? Okay, Lisa Borders, I gotta reread that. Lisa Borders was recruited to head Time's Up, but only spent 4 months at the organization and had to quit because her son was, okay. Nevertheless, she still pulled in $342,000. That is absurd. That's absurd. And treasurer Rebecca Goldman drew a salary of $255,327. That's just the money these places throw around. Tax filings detail how 3,000 individuals were helped by the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund between January and June 2018 at a cost of $1,747,635. On the surface, you would say good, but that's what I was talking about. This didn't come from them. Most of the defense fund money came from grants that had been made to the Women's Law Center, according to the New York Post. So it didn't even really come from them. Only a small portion came from the Time's Up organizations, with the Time's Up Foundation donating $132,575 to the fund, and Time's Up Now, the lobbying end of the charity, handing over $179,000. So $300,000, just over $300,000 out of almost $4 million. Aside from executive compensation, because of course they had other overhead, tax filings show that Time's Up Now, which is the lobbying arm of the organization, was noted to have spent $157,155 on conferences designed to build community and spark critical conversations about gender equity. Yeah, okay. No, they spent that because, well, they had a lot of money coming in and they were having a good old time. Otherwise, they would have spent that money where they knew it needed to go, and that was up here at these legal funds and things like that if they cared about their cause. The conferences included a retreat at a luxury resort and spa in Ojai in June 2018. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Where a room for the night cost upwards of $400 a night. Why? Why did you need that expensive a place to hold your conference? Why? Why? You are a charitable organization saying that you're supposed to help women in various different ways. Why do you need a $400 a night retreat at a luxury spa and resort? Why? Why is that a thing? Why can't you just be like, hey, let's meet at McDonald's. We're helping people out. If you really want to help people out, it doesn't matter where your destination is. Let's go meet at the McDonald's. I'll buy you a Happy Meal. Happy Meals on me. I'm feeling generous today. Heck yeah. Despite having been in existence 6 months, those at the conference struggled to decide what the organization's mission statement should be, according to one attendee who spoke to the New York Post. Yeah, because you had so much money coming in, you didn't care. You were just like, let's go spend the money. What are you going to do? I don't know. Let's go spend more money. What are we going to do with our organization? I don't know. Let's go spend more money while we think about it. Let's go spend $400 a night at a hotel and discuss what we're going to do with all this money. I mean, with our mission statement. It later changed from let's clean up Hollywood to we're going to help all workers, but mostly us first. I get it. You got to put on your own mask before helping others. Maybe that's what they were thinking. Before we go help women who need our help, we must first get a massage and a spa treatment and other luxury items, and oh yeah, wait, I need a new car, and hold on, we're getting to you. You need our help. We know we're getting to you. Oh. All right, hold on, get off my back. Here's 10%. All right, now let me go over here and go to this other spa. Jeez. You know, I mean, that's just the way it is. Who'd have thunk? Who could have thunk? Money corrupts. Love corrupts. But the love of money will corrupt you more completely. Aside from the pricey conferences at country retreats, the organization details in its tax filings how it spent $288,007 on advertising and $940,328 on legal costs. But it doesn't tell you what the legal costs went to. It's down here. I've pulled it up. I've looked at it. It's very vague, very basic. It doesn't tell you what legal costs. A huge chunk of that $719,522 went to Arnold and Porter K. Schroeder, a law firm that frequently lobbies on Capitol Hill. But it doesn't say what it was for. That's the problem. I believe lobbyists... Well, first off, I don't think lobbyists should be allowed. I think that's more like buying votes. But I think lobbyists should be up and up. What are they spending their money on? Who are they spending it on? And what is the goal of what they're spending their money on? I mean, if you're giving our politicians expensive trips and spa resorts and gifts, then I think it's in the public interest for it to be all up and open and transparent. That's just me. If you agree, that'd be great. A total of $112,435 was given to Rally, a public relations company, according to the tax filings. An email seeking comment to Time's Up has not yet been returned. Yeah, and they won't. They won't. What do you guys think? I think it's just happenstance. Maybe it's just their... Okay, maybe it's just their first year. They're using all that money to do something to further their business. Maybe in their second year, they just took off and they spent millions of dollars on legal defense funds for women and improving women's positions in different various... Oh, wait, nope. They didn't. They didn't. Anywho. Love corrupts. Money corrupts. But the love of money will corrupt you beyond any. I love you guys. You guys stay informed, and see you guys on the next one.